The key point that I wanted to bring out in my presentation was simply that data is the observations, the essence of what our life is. We all leave digital exhaust everywhere that we go. And so data is picking that up and then turning it into meaning that informs what we do, where we are, and how that can help us. I think the big advantage that a credit union can get by leveraging this type of technology is, number one, to band together so that they're sharing the data, sharing the experiences. Number two, they need to be able to act like they're a big bank but still keep their small style. And the way that you can do that, that very homey style that they've got, that friendly style that all of us like, that personal touch, is to go ahead and get a service that adds the analytics and adds the sophistication that the big banks have. Now, these days you can get those off of the web. You get that off of the cloud. The key thing to have to enable that to happen is sharing the data. So if they take the data, which is their shared experiences, which is the insight that they glean from all their customer experiences, share that, suddenly they have the buying power, the knowledge of a very, very large bank, and they can compete quite nicely. If I'm moving into the cognitive side of things, where the computer is actually researching, looking at all the data, and making recommendations for me, I believe what I would do is first map out what the customer touch points are that's going to make their life easier. Then what data do I need in order to understand how well did I do that? That's the first thing that I would do, because that information can be fed into the cognitive system, which can then use all the information from all the other credit unions and their bank transactions and such, and be able to, I would say, formulate suggestions for a much better experience. The whole thing about a customer touch point is, this is the way that I see you. And so I want to make that as a wonderful experience as possible. Data helps give you an understanding of how well you made that experience. So the question basically is, I'm afraid the machine is going to take over the world. Why should I bring that into my living room? We are so far away from the technology that requires that enables that would lead us down that path. It's unbelievable. At this point, we have the technology to allow the computer to help us. And that's a rich history that we've always had. It's accelerated our accounting, it's accelerated our personal finance, it accelerates search, finding things, teaching our kids, increasing our own knowledge. All we're doing now is just giving a much better, robust ability to just do that, to consume all this data that we have and make us aware of the information and the insight that it has. Skynet, probably not in my lifetime.